Good afternoon, everybody. This is Leo's here. Welcome to another 𝗬𝗙𝗧𝗚𝗍 podcast. And in today's podcast, I have here with me Miss Pooja. It's a great pleasure to have Pooja here with us. And the reason why I bring her to our podcast is to share her journey with our job coaching program. What were her takeaways? What were her lessons? How does she benefit from it? Because she's one of our success stories. And if you guys watching this and if you want to be in our podcast, you better get a good job and you'll be here. And I will bring you in because people always ask me, Leo, how can I be on your podcast? Yeah, you get a good job and you'll be here. But first of all, thank you for joining us, Pooja.
Thank you, Leo, for inviting me here.
My pleasure. So Pooja, for those who do not know much about you, in about 5 to 6 sentences, can you quickly introduce yourself? Like what did you study? Where do you live now? And what were your degrees and all that?
Yep. So, hello everyone. My name is Pooja. I am an accountant. I came in 2018 to Australia to do my master's in accounting, and I was looking up for a professional accounting job to make sure that I get my residency through that. So I think even after 2 years of my student during my student visas, I did all the odd jobs because I had that notion that students don't get professional jobs, and I did wasted my time during those time as well. Later on, when I 1 year I was still in Sydney and I couldn't find any because I was just looking towards the accounting job, and every accounting job used to ask for a CPA or experience, which I did not have much. Then I moved to Tasmania for my residency purpose. And
when did you move here, Pooja? When did you move?
I moved in 2021. So yeah, and
beginning
April 2000. Yeah. So after that, it's almost like around 6 months. I did try my best to get into accounting firm, but I had no luck. And because I came with the notion that Launceston is a small city, no accounting firms here. So I was thinking it's anyway, it's not going to be possible. So I used to just, I had one standard resume and a standard cover letter. And I used to just, whenever I see any position, I used to just apply, waiting for my luck to work on
Suicidal,
yeah,
right? Suicidal.
Yeah. So
good stuff. So before we go too much into that details yet, I would dig deeper into that. But I want you to walk us through when you first came here. So you said that you came here in 2018, but then at that time you thought that it's nearly impossible to get a professional job. Where do you think that thought come from? Why do you think like that at that time?
Okay, so my sister came around in, I think, earlier than me, and she did face similar situation. And what job I got right now with me, she got it after her residency. Even after her 1 year of residency, I think so. After that, she got that job. So because she had that thing in the mind, and then many of job advertisement would say that you need citizens, and some specific banks need citizens, but not every bank expect that you need to be a citizen. So yeah, so and then even the friend circle surroundings, your student, like in your student life, your friends, because they too must have heard it from somewhere. So it's a kind of a rumor bubble, which it's true that it's not like that. It's just a different approach you need to get into the market. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so that's what we talk about in the program, how important it is to be surrounded by people who supporting you and not telling you that it is impossible, isn't it? It's so crucial. And then you came to Tasmania. So you say you came here. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to get your permanent residency. What did you feel when you first came to Tasmania? What was your first impressions when you first?
Obviously, you start the city, and the main, like the city life ends in like about a small place. So that's what I think, that do you think there would be any job opportunity? I don't think so. And when I came here to do my 1 year study into community service. I was trying to find firstly a job for survival. Secondly, a job into community service so that I get my residency soon. Thirdly, I was trying my luck on the side that if some accounting job would just click, if I would just keep on applying, yeah. I got my community service casual employment, but the type of work it is, I just felt it is not for me. And I think that's the point where I had a literally breakdown that this is not it's me that I could do. It's a very big responsibility as a support worker to take care of someone, and it's honestly, I'm not in that place yet.
I got you. So you brought up a very, very valid point, because I think people should listen to this. And the message is not everybody can do aged care work or community work. Even though obviously we say, oh, it's for PR and all that, but it's not just about PR here. Sometimes if you just can't do it, you can't do it. And you cannot force yourself. Am I right?
Yeah.
For your case,
even though it would pay me more than an accounting job, it's just like my inner self just could not do that, because I am not a person who have those skills which are required for those. But I have the skills which is required for as an accountant here.
Wow, which is beautiful. Because I remember when we talked quite a while before you came back to me, because in the beginning, you told me you were confused. Should you look for accounting or community service? Right?
Yeah, it was, because the residency thing is a pressure on your head. You need to work in priority sector, blah, blah, blah. That's so many things. It's too much pressurizing for people who are trying to do their residency, and when they're not in the priority list, studying something which is which is like out of your league. You do masters in accounting and then go in community service. It's two different things, but yeah.
I got you. So and then tell us now, how do we first meet, or how did you first know about us? What happened? Walk us through that.
Yeah. So actually, my partner had searched about Leo, and he did a very well research about him. He came to me. I'm like, are you serious? He's taking like so much money, and do you think he will just lend me a job in my hand? What the hell? I'm like, I will do it by myself. If I could find a casual employment, I can do this as well. I will keep trying. If nothing happens in some more time, we will think about it. Because I'm going to invest. So yeah. But when just I had a breakdown, then I came to Leo. I spoke to him. And I was literally I was telling him that I don't want a casual employment. I need a full-time job. Okay. And it's not something, like a temporary or casual job you will hand it me and I will take that. That's not going to work out with me because this is my residency. This is my life. Yeah.
Of course. So and you for everybody to watching this, you got to remember she was a very difficult customer at that time. When she came to me.
I came after my husband spoke to you. I came to you, and then I went back, and then after a month again, I just came back again because at that time I had a job into community service, and I saw that what kind of duties are there, and I really felt like, oh, I cannot do this. I have to find an accounting job, and I need someone to help me. So I think the denial phase was gone, and I realized that I need help here.
And that's when things start to take off for you, because when we realize that we need help, that's when things can get better, because we realize that maybe there's something we don't know here. So now let's talk about the program itself. Obviously, there's so much that you have learned, and I have heard some of that you sharing with our students. But what were some things? Maybe let's say top 3 things that before joining our program you were not aware of, or you didn't even think it was possible before the program. What was those 3 things?
I think walking in for a professional job So that's what I thought. It's not possible. I'm like, you go for some casual or the odd jobs, like in hospitality, you go walk in and you ask about it. I thought like professional job, it's online, you apply and you get it. You go, that's the process. Secondly, the LinkedIn, how strong it is. I had a friend who used to keep telling me, but I had no idea, like how to use that. It's a good level, like which could help you. And third thing is someone following me up on my work. Like in regards to like I am searching for my job, but what is happening with each job. Uh, Someone would I did not expect that he would keep following me up with my progress and everything. So I was
Was that
that
useful? Was that useful that I always keep
yes,
on top of your game and
yes,
keep on top
yes.
of your progress?
You did not let us be like a lazy or let back or give a chance to me for an excuse. Oh, you know what, Leo didn't follow up, so I did not do it. So he did not give me a chance. Yeah.
Good stuff, good stuff. Because I remember I text you late and I also reply your email late because I really want you to get this through. Now talking about the walk-in, right? So
Yeah.
obviously for many students, it is a daunting thing. It's a very scary thing to do. However, you in our program, you have learned how to walk in professionally. Tell everybody how much of that walk-in has made an impact to your professional job search. How helpful was that?
That. So firstly, I think we had a calling sessions, like calling the employers, talking to them, to ask if they are expanding or something, and find if there is an opportunity for me, and trying to get an appointment. So I got an appointment with, I think, one of the accounting firms, even though they did not had a job. But meeting them built my confidence to go to the next employers. So yeah, to see like so I know there would be some ups and downs. You would fail, you will goof up, but when you keep going on, you will build that confidence to talk to the
And
employer.
good. And then you said that because you walked in there, the employer now they know who you are,
Yes.
and they should remember you now.
Yeah. So they look at your resume, they ask you a few questions. So having that 15 to 20 minutes of conversation will surely put and give an opportunity to the job seekers to make an impression on the employers. So I think, yeah.
Because you told me you went walk into that ALA partners, right? That's one of the one you went walk in, right?
No, priest accounting.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously the walk-in is there so important, but the cold call is also quite important. And I think you realize that how much it can do for you, the cold call.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what is cold call and how did it really help you in your
Mhm.
progress?
Um, so cold calling is just not trying to do an open sales call. It's just like talking and reaching out to the employer, making you even need to make an impression with the person who is receiving the call. That's the administration person. That's a key person who would connect you to the employer. So you have to make sure that you know her name, what's her designation, what she does in the company. And because that's she's the one who would give you out some information about the firm, and will let you know like whether it's whether that's the firm you would like to work with or not. Secondly, you'll reach out to your employer, and maybe you could represent yourself on the call, and fix an appointment, see if they are expanding or not from the responses, and ask a few questions on the phone, which would which would give the employer to share some more information about the firm, and you could counter question them. And at the end, your main goal is to seek an appointment, 5 to 10 minutes, just to put a face to your name. It's just not just to make your employer show that you are just not a piece of paper. You are a different person. Yeah.
Exactly. Not a piece. I like that. You use that keyword right there. And obviously that worked well for you. And this morning you got an appointment on a Zoom call, right, with one of these employer, which is the result of the cold call that we did yesterday.
Yes.
And imagine if you can do more of that, how much more difference would it make? So talk to us about what was some of your changes, that what was your mindset changes after you joined the program? Was there anything that you see that there's an evident changes within you after the program?
Yes. So I think this we use a lot of technology in this era, but how well we use it for ourselves, that's what Leo has taught me, like using the tracking, the employee tracking sheet, wherein he gets an update about what I'm doing to seek a job, and what I'm talking to employers. Every details are in it. So even though we are not, face to face, we are far away, but he can see my progress on time. Secondly, that was the thing which you gave us before the start of the program, to list down your employers, what kind of a designations or titles, like my occupation is accountant, so I could work as account payable, receivable, accounts officer, even administration assistant, assistant accountant, finance officer. So there are just, I mean to say, there are varied designations. Scope. Yeah. So he helped us how to use the map and find how many accounting firms are there. And it's just I had that notion that only accounting firms you can work as an accountant, but yes, there are so many bigger companies. It can be a warehouse, it can be a healthcare sector where you can have an accounts role. Yeah.
Got you. So really, your mindset was stretched, and your perspective was stretched out now. You no longer just look through a narrow window, but it's a big door. It's a big door for you right there. And that you usually miss out on, right? And probably maybe the last two questions here is, let's talk about mindset wise. So do you think that your mindset has changed in terms of you become more focused, you become more determined in the program, or you become more persistent? Do you think that the program has done any of that to you?
I think yes. Whenever we have every weekly session, it really pumps you up to work on yourself. When you see others progress and you feel, yes, even I need to get through this. So it's really a pumping which gives you throughout that. I had an 8-week zone, so yes. And also the templates which you give, English is not my first language. It's a second language for me. So I know I can communicate very well, but sometimes when you're talking to employer, right choice of words are really important, wherein this templates come, having those templates handy, because you will just read out and you will place you will place an impact on the employer, that how confident you are. So I think that's what is one of the most required in any job you find, whether it's your engineer or this. Communication is one of the very important skill which you need it.
Oh wow! Well, I think that was a great takeaway, because a lot of the people watching this, I'm pretty sure they are very good technically, but the communication skill is where they're really lacking. And that is why maybe you have known someone who have a lot of experience but still struggling. It's because they don't know how to communicate. So in our program, in this case, the job coaching program, we really improve your communication skill. And obviously Pooja has benefited from that. Sometimes it's just the choice of words. Just one or two words, it makes the whole difference. For example, the word please, I always tell you, got to say the word please more often. That one word please can just mean everything. Sometimes it means whether the receptionist will let you talk to the boss or not. Just by can you please, but if you say, can you pass me on, nobody would do anything for you.
Do that, yes.
Exactly.
Because we don't give them any importance. Why would they give you an importance,
Exactly. So talk to them about the results so far you got from the program. I know you have a few interviews and you actually landed a few roles, but tell them about what some progress you have made.
I have, So starting with, definitely I found jobs on Seek, on the websites, the firms and everything. I listed them down. As per Leo's recommendation, I used the templates to do the calling. Some said yes, some said no whatsoever. But I landed up to full-time job at Westpac. During the program, I learned how to do my resume, cover letter, a great change in them, and especially my resume. I used to always think your job needs to be in a chronological order. You do it, and that's how I used to do in India when I was at 2015. Yeah, that's what. So after a year, it's now 2021, so almost 5-6 years of gap. And things have changed obviously a lot, and you just write. I think when we write such a lengthy resume, you just write down everything, and then you have nothing to say to the employer because everything is on your resume. So great change in my resume, cover letter. I think another things was the selection criteria and a job proposal. That was two new things for me to, can you propose a job to someone? It's something, I'm like, really? You have to make an employer realize that you need an employee. That was my first thought at it. But yes, definitely, that's a great way to show employer how eager you are to join the firm, your responsibilities, what you can do and what that was a great way to do that. And later on, I think continuously using the LinkedIn template. Yeah. So I think LinkedIn is a very strong platform. You have you feel it's just not the professional ones, but you have a lot of power base, which you don't realize you have it. But when you brainstorm, you will know that you have a lot of people who would just, at a call, they will do a lot of things for you. Maybe just because they really want to help, but you need to ask. You need to ask that for that. So I think using your network in a strong manner is really important. Know your network here, and how to use LinkedIn, kind of recommendations and everything. That's another great way to improvise your personality, yourself, your way you present people. Lastly, I think, am I missing something?
No, I was thinking you might want to tell them about some of the, because I think within the 8 weeks you land quite a few interviews. You land quite a few interviews, right? How many interviews have you landed? I think quite a few.
I think I did my first interaction for Bank of Us. Then I did Alloy Partners. I did Nugent and Henry. I did Westpac, and now I'm doing Tasmanian Irrigation. So I have I did around 5. Wherein and Telerest Center 6. Yeah. So I think there was like a strong connection with the employer where I had this, and out of that, I think Westpac gave me it was the quickest process, and it gave me a full-time job as a consumer connect banker. It's in a banking field, a full-time job. I think it's great for
awesome.
my residency. Yeah, with a good amount of pay and everything. And apart from that, for my accounting job, which I was looking, because I had really narrowed down myself to only accounting job, but now I'm into banking. Yeah.
And that's sometimes we have to change our perspective, and that has helped you a lot. And I'm so glad to see your success, Pooja. You really
I would really like to tell people who are looking for a professional job and who really needs to get their PR done. Don't just be desperate, and if you have time, look for any professional job, and it will definitely it will help you out in finding your main professional job. As long as you are in the industry, you are in the market. Going from one industry to another industry won't take a time, but at least you
Yes.
need to enter to the industry.
Exactly.
I was behind, but people who are watching out, they can make these changes in themselves.
Yes, yes, and I think you really inspire people, Puja.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see your success, and
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that you have benefited from our teachings.
Yeah.
And do you think that this program is more than just for jobs? That you think that you can use some of this in your work as well? Do you think so?
Yes, yes, definitely. I think it's a total turnaround in my personality, my way of talking. I used to not know like what kind of questions, when I call to the employer, oh, just send me a resume, send me by email, and I would be like, okay, yeah. I would never counter question them. Maybe I would just follow up once. How can you follow up your client? There's so many different ways to follow up your clients. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
So I hope you will use this to not just in your professional development, but in your life, in every aspect of your life. I'm sure those cold call skill will help. The walk-in skill will help. That follow-up 100% will help. Even the job proposal. Now you know you can do job proposal. You can have as many jobs as you wish. And that's how my student got job. And you've seen some of the success. Just by a proposal. So probably the last question, Puja, and we finish, is for those who are watching this and they might be thinking, should they join this program or not? What would you say? What would you say to them about the program and all that?
Definitely, if I would say whether you are still on your student visa or you are on your TR or you do not have any qualification from Australia and you're still looking for a professional job, I think it's a different approach. Like I came from 2015 and this is the next professional job is in 2021. So I had a lot of gap. So I wasn't because I did not change my job when I was in India for 3 years, and when I came here, I knew I had to slog myself into hospitality and stuff. But if you are a student right now, get into and invest this. Buying an Apple Watch or an Apple laptop instead of invest in yourself. I would say use your money wisely and invest in Leo's program. This will really give you an advantage to step ahead in the market through this program. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for that acknowledgement. I really appreciate
that.
Yeah. And I know, Puja, trust me, I know this is just the beginning for you, and I can see your potential. And when I talk with you, I feel like you are full of energy, and you're like a storm in front of everybody. So you can get anything you want. You're like a hurricane. We can wipe things out your way. You can get anything you want. So keep up your good work. I'm happy for you, and please tell your friends about us so that we can.
Yes, definitely. I will.
More people.
Yeah.
And stay in touch.
I was happy to have feedback from the students who were with me in the program. I had a good nice message from Hari. He said, like, you know what, you inspired me, you really inspired me. And I was like, really? I had no clue about that me being in full action inspires others to work on themselves as well.
Oh no, you do definitely, not just Harry. Obviously, for those who are watching this, Harry is another student from our program, and he got a job as a production engineer now. Very, very well-paid jobs. And Puja, she has seen so many of our students in the program who was just like you guys watching here. Uber cleaners, taxi drivers, work in hospitality, and now they are all engineers, accountants, business analysts. So you guys can change your life, but you have to change your approach. So I'm glad, and I want to congratulate Puja again, and stay in touch with us, Puja. And
yes, definitely.
Always stay in touch with your power base, right? I'm your new power base now. Right?
Yes, definitely.
And be awesome. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.